Hi guys, welcome back to an episode of DB Cars, and today's episode I'll be reviewing Tribe car Kia Karen. So let's dive straight to this video right now. Alright then, so here is guys the Kia Karen from Tribe car itself. So basically overall first inspection of this vehicle wise, there isn't really any obvious damage to this vehicle to the driver's side so far, so this is a good thing. Alright, let's move on down to the center of the front of the car itself. And the only damage I think I have spotted so far is this thing right here itself, but other than that I think not a big problem at all. But let's move on to the side of the car. Still no other obvious damage other than maybe this residue left behind by an item. So I don't know what is being stick there, but yeah, that's one thing also to take note. Moving right down to the back, no obvious damage to the back of the car. No dents, no scratches so far as what I spotted, so that's a good thing. And that is probably it for this car wise itself. So overall I think condition of this car wise is not too bad. In the past I did try to book it, but it was unsuccessful because maybe my booking for this car still was cancelled a couple of times already due to mechanical or electrical problem for this car wise. But thankfully I managed to get this car today itself, so that's a good thing itself. So yeah, other than that, let me just dive straight to showing you guys the trunk space before I show you guys the third row seat itself, which this car has itself. So yeah, let me just unlock the trunk for you guys right now, and I'll show you guys the trunk space for the Kia Karen. Alright then, so yeah, to basically access the trunk itself, just need to locate the trunk release button down right below the Kia emblem itself. Just press on that and you should be able to open up the trunk itself. So well, the trunk space open, as you guys can see. Currently the third row seat is up, so there isn't really much space you could put your stuff if you want to. So the best option if you want to put more stuff in the Karen itself is to always, I think, just put the third row seat down. Plus, in my opinion, I don't think the Karen is really a 7-seater. It's more like a 5-seater car itself. So, but I'll show you later how the third row seating looks like itself. But to fold down one of the rear seat itself, which I'm going to show you guys right now, just need to pull on this lever and push forward, and the seat will drop down just like that itself. So yeah, okay, let me just demonstrate both to you guys before I show you guys the third row seat again. So yeah, basically this is how much space it has this is how much space it has once the two third row seat are folded down itself, which I'll put the trunk capacity right here itself. So this is how much space it has itself. So yeah, but other than that, let me just show you guys the third row seating option right now. So to pull it back up, you just need to grab hold on this lever, pull it up, and the seat will be back up right itself. So yeah, in the back you get some tray to put your stuff, and on the other side you got a very nice deeper tray itself, which is a nice touch. And you also get some cup holder itself. Right the side you got some more storage space if you want to itself. So yeah, other than that, let me just show you guys the third row seating option right now itself. So to close the trunk down, just need to grab hold on this lever right up here and just pull it down, and the car will just close itself. So yeah, and also one thing I forgot to take note, just mention to you guys at the start, is this car actually runs on diesel, so that's one thing to take note. And also the fuel door is on the left hand side for this car itself. So yeah, okay, right now I'll show you guys how to enter the third row seat itself. So basically enter the third row seat itself, just need to pull on this lever right down at the bottom, which will drop the seat, and pull on this lever again to slide the seat forward. Okay, sorry, not this right down at the bottom itself. So yeah, slide that forward and you should be able to get in. But as you guys can see, the entry space is really not the best, so I'll have to cut the clip right here. I'll catch you guys once I'm in the back of the car itself. So give me a moment. Alright, so right now I'm in the third row seating of the car itself, as you guys can see. So referring to my topic which I mentioned just now at the start, where I showing you guys the trunk space, one good thing is you get a very nice flat floor itself. So you can imagine this seat, once it's down, the trunk space just very flat and easy to load stuff itself. But one thing that's not a good thing is the third row seat. So as you guys can see right now, I'm in my very awkward position itself. So I think if you want to carry people in the third row seat, it definitely has to be a child itself, if really there's no other option itself. So yeah, plus you have to recline basically you have to recline the middle seat itself to a 90-degree angle. So I would say people sitting in the back will be in a very awkward position itself. So let me see, I can demonstrate to you guys that itself. So basically, this is how my sitting position look like itself. So definitely very weird. It's almost like the same thing as the BMW 216i GT from get-go itself. So it's very awkward itself. It's not that bad. The 216i and this car, the sitting position, I would say is exactly the same itself based on what I can remember itself. So not really the best itself. Plus also headroom, not much. I'm almost hitting the ceiling, the roof of the car already itself. So yeah, but in the real, if depending on how this seat is adjusted, this 3 seat are adjusted, there's a chance that you might be hitting the back part of the seat itself, which is a downside to this car itself. So yeah, but basically, if long journey wise in the third row seat is really not the best itself, so I do not recommend that in general. But in the back you don't really get much stuff as well, because there is the seat belt there, but other than that, not really much itself. So yeah, let me just show you guys the second row seat right now. Alright then, so yeah, this is right now. I've already transitioned from the third row seat, which you guys saw just now, to the second row seat itself. So basically, this is the middle row seat for the Caravan itself. So basically, this driver seat right here has already been adjusted to my position wise, and right now, as for what I'm sitting, my current sitting position is not really the best itself, because I got about 1 fist, about 1/4 fist of that, or lesser of legroom space left. And if I were to raise this handy dandy tray, this table right here itself, I would say probably my space being increased to about I would say probably a quarter, either 1/4 to 1.5 of legroom space itself, if you were to raise this very useful table itself. But other than that, if you do not want to put any stuff in your way, push back down and you'll just hide itself very nicely behind the driver's seat itself. So yeah, and you also get some seat pocket, which is also another good thing itself. Same for the other side as well, which comes with the table and some storage option itself. So yeah, basically I already mentioned to you guys my legroom position, legroom comfort wise. Headroom wise, not too bad, because it's not that bad compared to the third row seat which you guys saw just now. But this is headroom wise, I got about 2 feet of headroom space, which is a good thing itself. So highly recommended if you get a Caravan. Sit in the middle, don't sit at the back. So yeah, okay, what else do you get in the rear itself? Well, you get some very nice cubby space right down the bottom. You got a cup holder, you can put your drinks right here if you want to. You got your window switches, your door release handle, and your handle to close the car door. And right at the top, you got your grab handle, grab hold onto the vehicle itself. So yeah, other than that, I think technically you also get this very nice if I could fold this down, yeah, basically if you want to carry just 4 person in this car, you can technically fold the middle row seat down, and you got even more 2 more cup holders itself, which is a very weird design. But if you want to, I think if you want to carry longer stuff through this car itself, then I think this feature coming very handy itself, because technically you could load it from the trunk space all the way to nearly the center console itself. So yeah, to lift this back up, just need to pull this lever and it'll just lift itself back straight up itself. So yeah, just like that. So yeah, okay, other than that, you also got this very nice light itself, which turn on or turn off, which is a good thing. Usually for this, I think the light usually is supposed to be turned on when the car doors are open, but I think maybe, I don't know why, but usually people choose not to have the light on when the doors are open itself. So that's a doubt. That's, I think they of their personal opinion itself. So yeah. Lastly, what do you get in this car itself? Well, you get some very nice center vent itself, and it will be adjusted via here itself. So yeah. Alright then, now let me just show you guys the center seating option, which is not too bad, because the center row, actually the passenger does get his dedicated seat itself, which is a good stuff. Plus also Like what I mentioned, like what I mentioned earlier on, headroom wise also not bad at all, because it's the center part is like in the middle of the car itself, so you got 2 feet of headroom space itself. If let's say if 2 people will sit beside me, I think it won't be an issue at all, because the seats are definitely wide enough for adults like me itself. Because you guys can see the seating itself, there's a pattern for this, and same for this, even though this is slightly narrower, but I think there'll be more space for people on either side itself if you choose to sit it either side itself. But overall, I think 3 people in the rear, 3 full-grown adult in the rear won't be any issue at all, so that's a good thing. So yeah, other than that, I think that's all I have to say for this car itself. Now let me just show you guys the front of the car itself, so let's get straight to it. So yeah, that thing also isn't a big problem, because the doors open to quite wide itself. So yeah, now let me just show you guys the front. Alright, then before I show you guys the front of the car, let me just show you guys the keys. So this is how the key looks like for the Kia Carens itself. I was expected, one thing I noticed when I first enter the car itself is some of the features do look quite similar to the Kia K3 itself, which I reviewed way back itself. But and I was hoping for the typical, key where you have to push to the ignition, turn it, but seems like that's not the case itself. But on this key itself, you get your unlock button and your trunk release button itself. So yeah, and also this car has keyless entry itself. So to lock the car itself, just need to press on this button right here, and the car will just lock. You see from the folded mirrors on either side. To unlock it, if I'm not wrong, I'm just going to test it out first. One way is to slide your hand in, the other way is just use the key itself. So let me just slide in. Okay, it's not the first method, it's the second method, which is by this right here, and the car will unlock itself. So yeah, alright then, now let me just show you guys the front of the car. So getting in isn't big problem, because the door open do quite wide, and once you're in the front, this is how the interior looks like. One thing I have to say is, straight out the back, I noticed this part is the same as the K3 itself, same as the center console, and probably this placement of the hazard light switch and the locking mechanism itself. So yeah, but another thing I have to say is, props to Kia for trying to add this fake carbon fiber looking trim right here, which give it a very sporty feel itself. So yeah, other than that, let me just show you just the things that you get in this car itself. So starting off with storage space itself, you get one right here itself. So basically to access this part right here itself, just need to press on this button, and the trunk space will open up, and right inside here you just got your typical owner's manual and all the other information you know about this car itself. So yeah, probably if I could probably put my bag inside there as well. So yeah, moving on, you got second one right here, which is just by pressing on this lever right here itself, and it will open up, and you got 2 12-volt socket outlet right here with auxiliary port for your headphone jack, and your type A port right here to charge your phone if you want to itself. So yeah, and also you got this very nice deep space right here if you want to put any of your maybe let's say you're charging your phone, you could put your phone here while it's charged, or put your wallet itself. So that's a very good part to put your stuff here. So yeah, moving on, you got your gear selector right here itself. So gear selector, you got your same thing as the K3 itself, park, reverse, neutral and drive. I'll show you guys the reversing clip. Unfortunately there isn't any reversing camera on this car, which is a downside, so you have to rely on the parking sensors as well as your mirrors all around you itself. So yeah, and then moving on, you got your option to turn off the parking sensor if you want to, if you feel like it's very annoying. But moving right down center, you got your 2 cup holders itself with the traditional handbrake itself, which you could disengage it by pressing this and downwards itself. To engage it, you just need to pull up and it will just activate the handbrake itself. So yeah, lastly, you got your center console right here itself, which is not really the deepest, but let me see what I could do with it. So probably I think I could put my entire bag in if I want to itself. So let me see, just give me a sec while I unload my stuff. No, I couldn't. No, wait, I could. Oh yeah, that's a good stuff. I could load my entire stuff into here itself. So that's a plus point for that. And other than that, that's all for the center console. Now let's move on to some of the buttons right here itself. So basically on either side, you got your temperature gauge itself, as well as your temperature gauge for either side for the passenger and driver. And if you want to sync, you can press this on this button on the left hand side and it will sync the temperature either side itself. So yeah, and this right here is for your auto climate control itself. So yeah, moving on, you got your fan control button right here. So basically 3 mode of function: off, lower or higher fan speed, and this is basically just to recirculate. This is basically to adjust how the airflow to be blowing at you. Right down below, you got your recirculation of function in the recirculation of air in the cabin, or you want direct airflow in the cabin, which is nothing. Got front and rear defrost, and this basically to turn on, turn off your AC itself. So yeah, very easy and easy to understand to use itself. So yeah, moving right at the top, you just got your hazard light switch and your locking function for the doors. Nothing, there's no control for this right here itself. So yeah, moving further up top, you got your media control button itself. So basically right here is to turn on and turn off the infotainment itself, and you got your volume switches right here. On the other side is just your frequency tuner and also to your select button itself. So yeah, and right here is just the shortcut keys for all the safe function, and this is mainly, I think, if you got your whatever thing plugged into, you can adjust it through here itself. This right here on either side, just your shortcut keys for like your radio, media, phone, and this is the vehicle function itself. So yeah, other than that, that is all for this car itself. So yeah. Alright, and now let's move on to the center part of the car itself, which is the main thing. So basically, the center part of the car, you got your volume adjuster switch as well as your infotainment itself. So basically, this button right here all controls this thing right on the here itself. So your pick up and hang up call if you are connected to Bluetooth, which I think this car has, but probably I won't go through it all. So yeah, moving on, you got some of the buttons right here which to adjust the screen right here, which I'll show you guys later on, and you got your cruise control button right here itself. So yeah, alright then, now let's move on to the stock itself. So on the stock on the left hand side, you just got your light switch itself. So this knot right here to adjust the main headlight at the front, and this is for the fog light itself, and you got your indicators left or right. Activate high beam, just need to push forward. Flash your high beam, just need to pull back, and you flash the high beam itself. So yeah. Alright then, now the other side, you got your rear wipers. Your rear wipers switch right here itself is this knot right here itself, and your main wiper switch is this thing right here itself. So to activate it, just go all the way up or all the way down, or one up for the auto wipers itself. So yeah, and that is all for the wipers itself. Oh yeah, and to wash it, just need to pull back itself. So yep. Lastly, you got your eco function button right here itself, and your traction control button. This is basically just the gauge brightness, and you got your dipping or headlights function right here itself. So yeah. Alright then, lastly, some of the function you get in this car itself, you just got your OBD port right here itself, and your trunk release button right there, and your fuel door release is just right there itself. So yeah, and that is all for the switcher itself. Lastly, let me just show you guys some of the switches right here itself. So basically, these 4 switches right here are your window control switch for all 4 sides of the door itself, and this is to prevent people from rolling down the windows. And lastly, you got your control right here to adjust the mirror itself. So if you want to adjust the mirror on the left, just go to the left side and you just adjust it with this button itself. Once done, just need to go back to the center, and you'll just stay in the center, and from there on you can adjust any mirrors on either side itself. So yeah, and this right here is just your folding mirror itself. So basically, when I press on this, the mirrors will fold up. To go back down, just need to press this. Sorry, this is for the auto, so once car is locked, it'll just automatically fold the mirrors up. If you want down, just press down, and you draw down by itself and go to center to its original position itself. So yeah, and that is all for the car itself. Lastly, you just got your sun visor right at the top itself with a very nice mirror. Unfortunately, the mirror, once you slide it to review the mirror itself, the light do not turn on itself. That you have to turn on it manually itself, but look like this light has already blown itself, so that's the downside. Another thing is this sun visor technically could also be swiveled to the other one side, which to block out the sun coming from that direction itself. So yeah, same for the passenger side as well. So yeah, okay, that light is still working itself. So yep, that's a good thing. Lastly, you just got some storage, more storage option right here to put your stuff. This is another mirror to see the rear passenger itself. Storage for your sunglasses and your light switch itself. So yeah. Alright then, so yeah, that is probably it for this car wise. Now it's time to turn on the car itself. So full on the brake itself, and just press the start button, and the car will just turn on itself. So this is how it looks like when the car is fully turned on. So just give it a few moments to the car warm up itself. But let me just show you just how the function itself. So basically this function right here, if you press on it, it'll just cycle through all the functions that you want to see right here itself. So yeah, and user setting, just need to press on this button and it will just cycle through all the functions itself. So yeah, back. Yeah, so basically just cycle through itself. So yeah, okay. So yeah, that is probably it for that. For this itself, just need to just push on this and just the radio just like that. And yeah, that's probably it for this car itself. So yeah. Alright then, I almost forgot to show you guys on how to adjust the seat as well as the steering wheel itself. So to adjust the steering wheel itself, it's very simple. Just need to pull on this lever itself and the steering wheel will drop, and you can just adjust according to your liking, and once done, just lock it back in and the steering wheel will lock itself in itself. For the seat itself, just to adjust how forward, how back you want, and just locate the lever right down here and you're able to adjust that. For the height as well as the angle, just need to locate the lever right here and right here itself. So this to adjust the height, this to adjust the angle of the seat itself. So yeah. So yeah, that's all I say for this video itself. If you guys enjoyed the video itself, do click the subscribe button down right below to see more videos like this, or click the subscribe and please see my 2 other videos. And with that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.